So, are you too niched or not niched enough? This is a really important question, and I'm excited to give you a mini workshop today on niching so that you can get your business niche exactly right in the sweet spot. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Jenny Shi, business coach and consultant, here to help online business owners make a great living doing work they love while also not working crazy long hours. I talk a lot with my clients about their niche because, as I'm sure you've heard, knowing your niche and getting a clear niche and a narrow enough one is essential to marketing online, because the way we communicate our services and the work that we do is through words. And in order for us to get those words just right, we have to know our niche. So this mini workshop is going to be slightly interactive, as much as you can get on one-way video anyway, helping you get clear on your niche, making sure you're niched enough and not too niche. So as always, I've got my notes and we're gonna cover some really important things today. First, why the way most people niche down is wrong and how to do it better. This is a really key one. We're gonna talk about my top 2 tricks for finding that sweet spot for your niche in your business. How to never feel trapped by your niche. So a lot of people don't like to niche down because it feels trapped, it feels constraining, it feels like they can't serve who they're meant to serve, and I'm gonna give you the antidote to that today. And finally, the secret to never excluding anyone, even when you really niche down, which is, as we just talked about, one of the big concerns that a lot of people have. Okay, let's get started. First, the wrong way to niche. So a lot of times when people think about niching down, they think about demographics, age, hair color, part of the country you live in, preferences like tea or coffee. And a lot of times when you see folks do customer avatar exercises, they see those things like what was her name, or what was their hair color, what do they drink in the morning, how many kids do they have, what kind of car do they drive. And personally, I find those not helpful at all. For myself, I don't care what color hair you have, I don't care what kind of car you drive. Instead, I care what's in your heart, I care what's in your head. And that's what we want to do when it comes to niching. So I'm going to assume that you know what business you want to have. Maybe you're a weight loss coach, or maybe you're a fitness instructor. Let's see, maybe you're a bookkeeper, maybe you're a designer, maybe you're a nutritionist. There's all sorts of clients that I serve when it comes to services. And you know, let's say you're a weight loss coach and you know you want to work with women just after they've had a kid. And that's kind of the ballpark you're in. And you're thinking, well, is this too niche? Is this not niche enough? Like, should I say that she had her kid in her 30s? Or should I say that she had kids really young? Or, you know, maybe that she also has this other challenge, or she's got other kids at home. And you start to put on all these demographics to your niche, and it feels kind of itchy. Well, the reason it feels itchy is because it's not the right way to look at it. Instead, you want to look at the psychographics, or the heart in the head of your clients. What's going on in their psychology that makes them your target client? So, for example, maybe you work with moms who are trying to lose weight after they had a kid and they are vegan, and that's something that they care about, like being a plant eater is important to them. Or maybe you are, I'm coming up with these on the fly. Maybe you're a weight loss coach for moms who just had kids and they're worried about something, or they're extremely time constrained, or they went back to work really quickly, or they also have to travel and they're worried about how to fit this into their lifestyle. So it's less about hair color, age, the type of car they drink, and their preferred morning beverage, and more about their life and their heart and their worries and their concerns. When you start to get specific in those arenas, you're now talking to your target client, because as you know, you have to be able to understand the hearts and minds of your target client to be able to speak to them through the words on your website. So when you're looking at niching down and you start to feel itchy, listen to that, because you're probably putting false and unnecessary constraints, and they're likely more demographic information and less psychographic information. Okay, so once you sort of sort that out and you're not arbitrarily putting on demographics to your niche, because it's totally not necessary, and except when it is. So I primarily work with women, so that is sort of a demographic piece of information. But besides that, when it doesn't feel relevant, I just ditch it. Okay, now how do you know if you've niched down far enough or if you've gone too far? So there, of course, is a spectrum. You know, there is the way niched too broadly and way niched too far. That is the case. You can try to help all women who want to lose weight after pregnancy. That may be okay. That's actually, if you're, versus like way too far would be, I just help people with weight loss. All people at all kinds of ways, with all kinds of situations with weight loss. Not a good niche. So getting to the point of women who want to lose weight after having a baby, that's pretty good. Now, if you took it too far, I forget which was too far, but if you took it over here and it was too far, something along the lines of women who want to lose weight after having a baby, who are in their late 30s, who already have a kid at home, who do a lot of work, and also and you start to put all these constraints on them, that might be a little bit too far. But what you want to do, and this is the key, this is the top tricks to finding your sweet spot. One is notice your fear-based thoughts as you do this. So as you think about what would it look like to get more specific, or what would it look like to get more general, notice when you hit the spot where you have a fear-based thought, like, oh, there aren't enough people who would be into that. Or I won't get enough clients if I'm that specific. Those are fear-based thoughts. And then on the other side of the other trick, so the trick number 1 is to notice your fear-based thoughts. Trick number 2 is to listen to your heart and what gets you excited. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna serve the clients that you're most excited to serve best when you're excited to serve them, okay? So listen to the fear-based thoughts and put them to the side, and then listen to your heart, like, oh my gosh, working with women who just had babies and they're in their late 30s and they've got to go back to work, and it's so much harder to lose weight when you're in your late 30s, especially after baby, and especially if you're working, and like, I just want them to feel beautiful again, and I know I could do that, and my heart gets so happy, and follow that. Versus the fear-based thought, which says that's not enough people. Follow and trust your heart. That really is those two questions, like that's based on fear, that's based on my heart. That's how you're gonna find your sweet spot. Your heart is gonna lead you there, and your job then, the second trick, is to let those fear-based thoughts to the side. Okay, so now you're at this point where you've narrowed down your niche to a place where you're thinking about psychographics, you're following your heart, you're listening to your client's heart, you're putting those fear-based thoughts away, you found that particular sweet spot, and now you're thinking things like, what if I feel trapped? What if I don't want to work with them forever? What if I change my mind? Or here's the deal. The cool thing is, okay, so this is the third thing I promise you would learn, how to never feel trapped by your niche. And this is it. Ready? You can change your mind. You have full permission to change your mind later. In fact, it's one of the best things about working online is that you get to change your mind. It's so true. So right now, I want you to claim what you feel most excited to do, and the client you feel most excited to serve. And I want you to go all in to build your business serving them. And the moment you start to get a whisper of a slightly new direction, listen to it. It doesn't mean you have to change, knife edge turn. It doesn't mean you have to do it right away, but start to pay attention. Because these businesses that we're doing, they come from our hearts, they go to our clients' hearts, and as we evolve and grow as humans and as business owners, what lights us up is also going to shift. And you're gonna follow that as you grow. I haven't always served business owners in the way I serve them now. I have evolved and grown and changed as I have continued to follow my heart. So you never have to feel trapped forever by your niche, because you will change it as you grow as well. So just know that. Commit to this person now, commit to your heart now, and change when it feels right to change. But don't let those fear-based thoughts direct you away. Okay, last thing is the secret to never excluding one. I hear this a lot from clients. They say, well, I'm afraid to niche down because I will exclude people that I know I can serve. Like if I say that I serve women in their late 30s who are trying to lose weight, who work and travel a lot and are really busy and want to feel sexy again and are having a hard time losing weight, but like what if somebody comes to me and they're 28 and they don't work, but they're still having a hard time losing weight? Here's what I want to tell you. And I want to tell you this really with so much evidence that this is the truth. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. When I was a new coach, I was looking to hire a coach mentor to coach me, like a lot on my fear and my crappy thinking, not really around my business, but coach me as like a coach to work through all my stuff. And this coach specialized in pelvic pain for women. That was her specialty. She was a specialist in helping women deal with chronic pelvic pain. I didn't have chronic pelvic pain. I never had chronic pelvic pain. But when I went to this woman's website, I was like, oh my God, you are the one to help me. And I said, this is my situation. I really feel like you're the right coach for me. What do you think? And she was the right coach for me. Totally and absolutely, without a doubt, the right coach. And the reason I was able to connect with her was just because of how she talked. So she put her heart on her website, she communicated, she talked about how she helped women with chronic pelvic pain, and the funny thing was, how she helped women with chronic pelvic pain was exactly what I thought I needed to help deal with my own fears around starting my business. And I tell that story because a lot of times we think that if we put on our website that this is the little box of clients that we work with, that those are the only ones who are going to come. It's totally not true. So I put on my website that I primarily work with women. I have men come and work with me as well. So the ones who resonate with my message and how I teach are going to join the pack. Like, do they know that they're going to join a pack of pretty awesome ladies? Absolutely. But they are attracted to the message and they come as well. And it's fine. So if you say you're a coach for women who just had a baby in their late 30s and are going back to work and are having a hard time losing it, but your message, the way you talk, because you talk from your heart, resonates with somebody who's not in that box, they will still reach out and hire you. Because so much of what we do online is words and languaging, but it's also energy and heart fed through there. So if you purely serve who you meant to serve, other people will come as well if they know they're the right fit. So you're never truly excluding anyone who you are here to help. They will hear you, they will feel it, and they will come on in. All right, we've covered a lot today in this niching mini workshop. We talked about how most people niche down wrong, which is using demographics, not psychographics. And you want to make sure that you're really focusing on the heart and the mind of your client once you get beyond the basics. We talked about my 2 tricks for finding the sweet spot. One is noticing and ignoring those fear-based thoughts, and the second one being trust yourself and what you get excited about, because that's who you're really going to serve. How to never feel trapped by your niche? That's simply to just know you can always change your mind. And finally, the secret to never excluding anyone is to just know that you aren't excluding them. Just because you say this is the box of clients I serve, when people resonate with and follow and hear your heart, they will raise their hand and ask to work with you as well. All right, I'd love to know below this video, what is the #1 insight you've had about your niche and what is your next action step when it comes to niching? This is so essential in the online world when it comes to getting your clients, and hopefully this helps you get a little closer to making the right niche for you. Thanks.